Hey everyone, welcome back to Hannah Reads. My name is Hannah and today I have my July wrap up for you. So by far, July was my worst reading month here on BookTube. I was only able to read 1,662 pages this month, which is only 5 books. Compared to May and June, I was reading 11 books a month, so I definitely had a huge downfall in my reading, but that is because I recently have had a lot of changes in my life. My husband and I recently just moved into a new house, so it's just been crazy. So I am happy with what I was able to read in July. I read 5 books in July. I read 3 4-star books and 2 3-star books. So the first book that I read for the month of July was Vassa in the Night by Sarah Porter. This was part of my June TBR that rolled over into July. I ended up giving this book 3 stars. I did not enjoy it very much. It was extremely strange and weird about like a magical grocery store that comes to life and kills people. I don't know, it was really weird, and on top of that there were swans and a little gremlin thing. So I'm not really familiar with Russian folklore or myths, which is what this was based upon, but it wasn't my jam, wasn't my cup of tea, and so I am not looking forward to reading anything else from Sarah Porter. The second book that I ended up reading, or I actually listened to it on audio, was Becoming by Michelle Obama. This is her memoir, and it was amazing. I gave it 4 stars. I love Michelle's voice. It is just so soothing, so calming, and it's actually, I think it's cool to hear about someone's life through their own words and their own voice. I think it really adds something special, especially when they have such an iconic voice. So I really enjoyed that. We learned everything from her growing up in just very poor Chicago to her handing over the keys to the White House when her 8 years as First Lady of the United States was over. So it was just a huge range of stuff that we were shown. And there's also a Netflix documentary with the same title. It's called Becoming, which is kind of centered around when she was writing this book. So I am very eager to get to that as well. So the third book that I ended up reading in July, it was also another memoir. I was on like a kick this in July. It was kind of crazy, but it was from one of my favorite actors named Leslie Jordan. His book is called, I have to read it because it is a long title. It's called How Y'all Doin'? Misadventures and Mischief from a Life Well Lived by Leslie Jordan. If you don't know who Leslie Jordan is by just his name, you probably know who I'm talking about. So I'm going to insert a picture of him along with the cover of his memoir. It was great. I love him. I know him from American Horror Story. He has played some small roles in the seasons. I believe Hotel in Roanoke is where he's seen the most. And then I also watched, I believe it was a few years ago, there was a sitcom called The Cool Kids, which he played one of the main characters named Sid, and I love that show. So that's really where I know him from, but I know that he has a lot of previous acting experience before that. And his voice is amazing. His Instagram is so cute. So Leslie Jordan, I love him, and I ended up giving this book a 3-star just because I found it to be a little jumpy and not really a complete and whole thought of like beginning to end of someone's life. He went on a bunch of tangents, but I mean, if you know Leslie Jordan's personality, it makes sense that he kind of tangents off like that. So I'm not mad about it. And the 4th book that I read in July was kind of a shock that I read this book. So I had this book on hold at the library. It told me it was going to be like 6 months. So I said, sure, I want to read it. And then I got to skip the line on Libby, so I was able to get it on my Kindle. Yes, please. The book that I'm referring to, after I drawl on forever, is People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. I liked this book. I liked this book a lot. I did enjoy Emily Henry. This was the first book that I've read of hers, but I know she has another book called Beach Read, I believe, and so I definitely have that on my radar to pick up soon. But I really liked this book. I thought it was cute. I liked that we keep jumping from the past to the present, and we get to see how these two main characters interacted with each other then versus now. And all the traveling they did was very cool as well, which is kind of nice to like see all this traveling when we're in a pandemic and traveling isn't that easy. So it's kind of nice to live through other people or other characters. So I really did enjoy People We Meet on Vacation. I gave it 4 stars, and I highly recommend that book. I bet you've already picked it up, but if you haven't, pick it up, pick it up. And the last book that I ended up reading in the month of July was Luck of the Titanic by Stacey Lee. This was the May Once Upon a Young Adult book box pick, and I did read this in July. I gave it 3 stars. No, I did not like this book very much. I will be having my Once Upon a Book box vlog / unboxing for May coming out very, very soon, so stay tuned. It will have my full thoughts on this book as I progress through reading it and opening the gifts that that book subscription box provides us, but I don't know. I wanted to like this book so much more than I did because I really do like the Titanic, and just that era of history is just something that I like. So I thought when they announced that it was going to be about the Titanic, I thought I had hit gold, but this is not it. This is not it. It was good, like the last 20% of the book, but before then it was a little boring and I wasn't intrigued, and it took me super long to get through it, and I honestly believe that this book kind of put me in a slump. So I will be unhauling this book shortly because I do not want it on my shelves because I won't read it again. So yes, I only read those 5 books in the month of July. I am hoping to read a little more, but we will see. So definitely my favorite book of the month was Becoming by Michelle Obama. Loved the audiobook, loved. I cannot tell you how much I love that book or how much I recommend it to you if you like that sort of thing. If you do, it's amazing. And my least favorite book, honestly though, my least favorite books, I wasn't here for them. Neither one. They're both getting unhauled, so bye-bye. But yes, I am hoping to get to some more amazing reading in the month of August. So if you guys liked what you saw, I would really appreciate it if you would hit the subscribe button. Maybe comment if you've read any of these books. Give this video a like. It really helps my channel. I'm growing slowly but surely, and I'm so thankful. And I will see y'all next time. Bye.